So as a brown guy, most of us have these same sort of issues when starting off in the gym. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips to help you go from skinny fat to aesthetic. Number one, improve your diet. I know this is particularly common in the Indian community, but a lot of people are on vegetarian diets where it becomes increasingly difficult to meet your protein and your macronutrient needs while also adhering to this diet. The biggest issue I see most guys facing with this is getting sufficient protein in. So I have two protein sources I'd really recommend in this case. My number one would be eggs. Eggs are an excellent source of protein and fats. They also have a very good micronutrient profile as well. So yeah, if you can have eggs, I'd definitely recommend this. My second recommendation is vegetarian or vegan protein powders. Generally, I'd recommend people get their protein from food sources and whole foods, but in circumstances like this, where it might not always be possible, I think these are an excellent alternative to supplement. Luckily, from what I've seen, most vegetarian and vegan proteins tend to be of higher quality compared to their whey counterparts. However, this does vary on an individual basis, so you'd want to read the ingredients. Number two, resistance training. So this goes without saying, but you do need to be utilizing a resistance training program that utilizes progressive overload to help you build muscle to gain an aesthetic physique. If you want any workout recommendations, I have plenty on my channel. I think I just generally recommend sticking to a resistance training program that you know you can stick with, and one that has exercises that you enjoy. I'd also recommend that you check that the exercises are within a hypertrophy range that you feel will be optimal for you. Generally, I'd personally recommend between 3 and 5 sets and between 5 to 12 reps. Number three, train aesthetic muscles. If you want to build this sort of Greek god-like physique, then it is important that you train the muscles that contribute to this look. And generally, I think the most important are arms, legs, all the heads of the shoulders, chest and back. See, this is generally the whole physique, but I think it's important that you train your whole physique to have a well-rounded aesthetic physique. Number four, get lean. You can have as much muscle in the world, but it will not look aesthetic if you aren't sufficiently lean. If you are carrying excess body fat, I'd recommend you create a calorie deficit through a combination of diet and exercise. As you get increasingly lean, it's going to be more difficult to maintain this calorie deficit. So in those situations, I'd recommend you increase either your exercise to increase your calorie expenditure, or you decrease your calories through your diet. Another very important point with getting lean is that you implement systems to help you stick on track. Obviously, it's very habit-based, so if you make sure you're maintaining these habits to keep you getting lean and keep you making the right choices for your goals, then I think you'll find this process becomes infinitely easier. Lastly, number five, it seems obvious, but you do need to be consistent. If you want to see continuous progress, you need to keep showing up every day, making sure you're eating right and you're doing the right exercises, and constantly pushing yourself at the gym and seeing that progressive overload. And I can virtually guarantee that if you do stay consistent with all of these, you will become infinitely closer to that dream physique. So those are kind of my tips, particularly for brown guys trying to get an aesthetic physique, if they're starting off as skinny fat or any starting point really. So on that note, I'd like to thank you for watching, and goodbye.